Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to episode 86 of the Choking Hazard podcast with my usual co-hosts in some new locations, but not Nos, he's over there.
Yep, I'm here. Same place, and I will be for the next 25 years.
This video is supported by ExpressVPN. This is the VPN service that I use and recommend to get around location restrictions for video streaming services or GTA Online. Use the link in the description to get 3 months free on a 12-month plan. RDT is down there, definitely in a new location.
Hey.
And Josh is over there.
Hello,
on his phone.
Out.
He's being so rude on his phone. I mean, he wouldn't be looking at chat or anything. He's just obviously just, on social media, doesn't even care.
Yeah, hello. I'm in my usual completely random place doing this.
So yeah, new locations for RDT and Josh. I guess we'll quickly talk about that before we talk about Twitch taking all of my money. Where are you guys? What's the deal?
I am at my girlfriend's house.
Ooh.
So
yeah, I'm sitting here wondering where Hammer is. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
We've also got Hammer in the booth.
Man in the booth.
Hello.
I thought he was going to be in a huff and not say anything then. I'm so sorry. I got distracted by Josh on his phone.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. That's all my fault as always. Yeah, okay.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so RDT, it's obviously going well to be at that specific location.
Yeah, we only have the weekends, unfortunately, because we live kind of far apart. But I come down on Friday nights.
How long?
Like a 90-minute drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
that's a good question. Is the cage for you, RDT?
I said yes. Yeah, it is.
No.
Anytime I misbehave,
you're just in a metaphorical cage.
And where are you, Josh? Where are you at?
I am in the Leonardo Hotel, Glasgow. I'm at a speedrunning event. Is this going to ever show up? I'm at UKSG Red. There you go.
Which stands for... What was it again?
United Kingdom Speedrun Gathering.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tiny, 30-odd people, UK speedrunning event. Yeah. Oh. I did a drive the Americans would have been proud of. We drove for 8 hours.
That's a real drive.
Yeah.
That's longer than it takes me to get to the beach. That's a real one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was from, because I live on the south coast of England, and Glasgow is, the other side of the whole island, right? So, I drove...
That's only 8 hours?
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
How much is it from sort of the very tippity top of the UK to the very south? I would say 11 or something, maybe.
Yeah, if you go from Land's End to John O'Groats, it's probably 11 or something.
Yeah, I mean that's a good drive. That one, that's a long one.
Oh yeah, longest
I feel
drive.
8 hours is the upper limit of what I would be able to take.
How much?
8 hours. I've been a passenger for 12 or so. And also, overnight drives that we had to split into 2 parts. But 8 hours continuously, I think that's the upper limit of my capabilities.
I think that drive I did in California when I went down the 1 and then had to come back up the 1 because it was blocked off and went all the way down to LA from San Francisco and past Laguna Seca and all that. But we just needed to get gone as quickly as possible because we were never going to make it. I think that was 9 hours or something. It is tough when it's that long.
That's what she said.
God damn it. Oh man, yeah. Where's the girlfriend reveal? Remo asked that. RDT.
She's working. She's like I was saying, it's tax season, and she is on her way to becoming an accountant. She's not an official CPA yet. She has one more exam to do. But she's doing taxes and stuff, so she has to work at least a half day on Saturdays. So she's at her office right now.
Sorry, Remo, no girlfriend reveal for you.
Wow.
So your tax season the same as here then? So it's until January 31st. She's going to be super busy.
Until April.
Oh, until April? Oh, okay. All right,
but the tax year in the UK is April, right? It's April to May.
Yeah, but the deadline for submissions is like January the next year.
Ah, okay. I see.
Yeah. So this is like everyone last minute doing everything.
Ah, okay. I always do mine immediately.
Yeah. I do
As soon
now.
as you get your forms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. I guess let's talk about Twitch taking all my money.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are they doing?
So, you know how Amazon bought Twitch a good number of years ago, and they introduced Prime subscriptions. So if you had Amazon Prime, you could link it to your Twitch account and get an included subscription. I think Nos has been using that on my channel ever since. Have all your subscriptions been? Oh, that reminds you. Okay, we're gonna get one live. I have muted them. So yeah, but so
impressive.
Yeah, Prime subscriptions. You know they were great. They've been great for a long time. They were exactly the same as a regular subscription. So you know if you were on a 50-50 split, you got $2.50 from a regular subscription. You got $2.50 from a Prime subscription. For me, being on the 70-30 split, then you get $3.50 from each. Whoops.
The hell was that?
That was me banging the desk with my hand. And that is changing, let's say. So instead of being a percentage like other subscriptions, it's going to be a fixed rate depending on the country that the viewer is from. And in doing that, they're not only changing the amount per country, they're also pretty much reducing the amount for every single country. So instead of it being, you know, say $2.50 from the US or $3.50 if you were on the 70-30 split, it's now going to be $2.25 from a US country regardless of what split you're on. So if you were on a 50-50 split, you're not losing out too much really, especially after like fees and things. But for me, being on the 70-30 split, and Josh I know is now on that 70-30 split, we're losing $1 per Prime subscriber.
Well, okay.
Damn.
You have a custom contract, right? You're not using the Twitch partner stuff? Plus Partner Plus?
Yeah, I don't do the Partner Plus stuff yet.
Right, okay. So Partner Plus, the Prime subs never counted anyway.
What do you mean?
You only got 70-30 from regular subs and gifted. You never got you don't get 70-30
Really?
from Prime.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess okay, so that makes sense why you're really mad, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, I never knew. Wow, okay. Oh, so that's why they said in the article it'll be people who are on historical contracts that will be most affected.
Yeah. Let me double check that I'm right.
I thought, you know, I knew that the Partner Plus stuff you needed 300 or whatever it was regular subscriptions to count, but then I thought the 70-30 then applied to all subscriptions including Prime.
No, yeah, they had to make like one of those, you know, when companies do some stupid stuff and they have to make a flow chart to explain it, like Ubisoft like pre-order or whatever. Yeah, they made one of those.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
oh my god, the ice cream van's going to be really loud. I need to close the window.
And I'll put a thing in.
What's the temperature in England right now?
Cold.
Why
so I don't know why there's an ice cream.
Yeah, it's very cold, but the ice cream van will come at any time of the year.
In the UK, ice cream vans, no rules. They'll come any time of the year.
Yeah.
It's not just a summer profession.
Yeah,
and
it's true. It's true.
Go outside in the cold and buy ice cream foam?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
It's madness.
I'm so
Like a
happy that we had a
land.
Revolutionary War. So happy.
As someone who recently watched Hamilton, the music, I'm also very happy.
I put a picture in choke chat so you can see that's the flowchart. But yeah,
they had to make a full table to explain it. You know, things are bad when that's the case.
So yeah, the Prime sub is just no, basically. So
yeah,
they
Prime
never
subs don't count
anything.
for anything. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. So I understand. When I saw it announced, I looked at it and I was like, oh, that doesn't seem too bad. And I saw a bunch of other people saying, yeah, it's not that bad. And then I saw your tweets and you're like, oh my god! And I'm just like, what? Did I miss something? Like, but yeah, okay, that's what the difference is then. Okay.
Okay, now I understand. So that's why there isn't been more of it. So yeah, okay. I'll continue explaining what the differences are, and then we can talk about why I'm so annoyed by it, I guess. But so like I said, it was a fixed rate per country, and that certain countries are very, very different to what they might be now. So most European countries, it seems like it's about $1.40 for every Prime sub, $1.40, $1.80, something around that range. So again, going from that $3.50 to $1.50 essentially for Europe, and if in certain countries it's even less than that. So a Turkish Twitch Prime subscription will give you 9 cents.
Oh no, Hassan! Hassan's gonna be broke.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why that is.
Massive blow to Hank Pecker.
Isn't it because you can buy
He's gonna have to
Amazon
sell the
Prime for like
Taycan.
you can buy Amazon Prime for like $1 in Turkey or something like that, isn't it? Because their economy's all messed up.
But it'll also be there's like historically so many like money laundering scams from Turkey on Twitch using subs.
Oh really?
Because I think I can't remember the logic, but there was their rate of like how much a sub costs there is so low or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It was before all the regional pricing stuff, I think.
Right.
Where like if someone subbed, you'd get like $2.50, but the sub was less than that in Turkey. So yeah, people were like money laundering through.
I see.
Turkey stuff. Yeah.
So basically the regional sub pricing, I guess it's coming in to account for the fact that different countries will have different profitability per sub for Twitch or whatever. They're also being able to lower the amount that they're giving streamers for every one of these Prime subs. There's no doubt about that. Even if you were on a 50-50 split, you're still getting less per Prime sub than what you were before this change. But yeah, now I understand why there's a bit less of a backlash about it, because from a 50-50 split, the difference isn't too much. It's like 25 cents from a US place, or maybe
I noticed that. So
80
my
cents,
Prime
something
sub
like
is
that.
still useful.
So it's two. But then for me, it's going to be a big change, because that 70-30 split for me counted for all these Prime subscriptions. So I was getting $3.50 from every single Prime sub, whereas now from US I'm getting $2.25. From European countries I'm getting $1.40. And when I calculated it on the stream when this was announced, I stand to lose maybe $300 to $500 a month based on the amount of Prime subs I have when this new stuff comes in June. So that's just $300 to $500 a month wiped from my income overnight.
Damn.
So yeah, pause that thought, ice cream. I know, right? Jesus. Trying to make a point.
That's awful. I mean, just
chocolate
imagine
taco.
like you work some normal ass job, and then they're like, "Hey, you're gonna make $500 less next month." It's like,
Yeah,
well,
that's it. Like that. Yeah, that is not an insubstantial amount of money, especially now.
no.
We've already been having to like manage our money and look after what we're spending and stuff like that to be able to afford life, and that's just going to be less money I have now, just from,
and you don't
from no
want to
change.
be the kind of guy to be like, oh, if you can, don't use your Prime subscription, switch to a regular subscription. That seems kind of skeevy.
I know
That's tough.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't want to devalue or be. I appreciate everyone who gives any subscription regardless, and you don't want to say, "Oh, thanks for the Prime, but can you just subscribe normally instead?" Like that's that's not very nice.
It's sometimes people ask me what the best way to donate is or whatever, and I'll be like, oh yeah, like raw PayPal donation is better.
Yeah, I always say like a Streamlabs donation sort of thing. Yeah,
but it's like we'll run down the costs, and then people are like, oh, well, I'm like, I try to say like, if you sub on Twitch, like I only get a portion of it, but you get a thing for it.
That's
and
it.
I can't be like, oh, you gave me money, but in the wrong way.
No,
like. Yeah,
and I've always found that the general rule is that the more you get, the less the streamer gets or whatever. Like if you buy something on a merch store, you get an actual product, and the streamer will get a small portion of your money. Whereas a donation on the other end of the scale, you might get a little notification on the screen and a thanks, but the streamer gets the vast majority, like 95% of your actual money. Then you've got
Yeah.
stuff in the middle like a subscription where you get, emotes and chat features and all that kind of stuff. So there's no bad way to ever really support in that way. It's just that for me, I am in that worst possible place that this is going to affect me the most out of anybody. Because I genuinely didn't know that. I thought it was going to be affecting everybody who was on 70/30, but it's just, and now I understand what they say. So they announced this in they did the classic company thing. And
I loved this.
Announced it in an article where, first of all, Jesus with the $2 donation, donating money in the wrong way because my dad's pizza still hasn't arrived. I'm not sending pizzas to anybody.
I will.
Yeah, you need to see
my
Nos
job.
for that. Yeah.
That's my job.
Thank you, whoever that was, for that donation. They announced it in a way where they put it in an article where the first 2 points of the article were positives, and then they put this in at the very end of the article as the negative, hoping you just wouldn't care about
in
that.
a confusing way as well. It was like, oh, it weren't lowering the rates; they were changing fixed rates or whatever.
Yeah. We're
You had to
changing the prime
actually-
to fixed rates, not necessarily.
Yeah.
And you had to click a link to get to the new fixed rates and see that they were all much lower. So yeah, the three things they said was they're expanding the Partner Plus program, which is a good thing. People can now get a 60-40 split if you get 100 subs, I think it is. And then,
which is a very low bar. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people will do that.
And then 70/30 comes in at 300 subs now, I think, isn't it? Instead of 350. So they've
Yeah.
reduced the amount.
Which, I mean, isn't like the highest of bars. I mean, having 300 subs is very, very impressive, but it's not like out of reach.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it's just-
to get on my historic 3070 contract back in 2017, I needed 500. And this was before gift subs and before prime subs or anything like that.
For regional pricing, even.
Before regional, it was, yeah. So, they have made it better for smaller creators in terms of more smaller creators can get more money. They've also made it better in their second point for bigger creators because, of course, they used to have a 100K cap. So if you earned over $100,000 a year, you went back to the 50-50 split for anything above that $100,000. It was a stupid idea in the first place. But they've removed that now. So, it's not going to affect the big rich streamers. They're going to get plenty of extra money. And then it's the ones in the middle, like myself, on that historic contract that will be losing out the most.
This is
Middle
literally
class.
like an allegory to the country, to the U.S. country.
And you could, I guess now I'm thinking about it, you could argue that I'm kind of in that middle portion that relies on it the most. Like the smaller streamers probably don't rely on it as their full-time income. The bigger streamers don't really need that extra. Like they're all right. I'm the one who this $500 a month is going to be a big impact on my ability to live. But it is what it is. I've got to figure out ways to deal with it. It's just another curveball.
You just gotta start begging more. So I don't know what to tell you.
I'm considering doing more ads on Twitch streams.
Whoa.
I know, right?
Whoa, mid-roll live stream ads by Bruffy. What honor?
I only do them whenever I go up and pee now, but
I mean, we've been begging you to inundate us with ads for 10 years.
So,
Are you
just
finally gonna show us an ad?
press the mid-roll button on YouTube. Problem solved. Come on, man.
No, I won't do it.
Yes.
Never.
Do it,
No.
Oh, dear.
please. Just one ad right before the airport jump. That's all you need. Right before the airport jump.
You can't even pick where they go anymore. It's all automatic. You don't get the choice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you still could. Did they remove that completely?
No, you can choose whether to have mid-roll ads or not, but you can't choose where they go anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, the manual placement is removed.
Okay. Oh well. But yeah, I am gonna. I think a few people, when this came out, a few people asked at the time. They said I'll just go back to a normal subscription and give my Prime sub to someone else who I watch or something like that. So there will be some people who do that. But again, like you say, I don't want to devalue the Prime subscriptions either, because they're still income. So it's just I'm in that worst position that's worst affected by this. So now I understand why nobody else was really as bothered about it.
Yeah. You need to change your sub alert. Like if someone subs with a Prime sub, you need a different alert. That's like, thanks, but
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I was considering actually like putting a little like, because I've got on my subscription notifications now, I've got that if it's a tier 2 or a tier 3, it will say tier 2 or tier 3 in front of it. I was considering just making that standard and doing tier 1 and then Prime, and maybe Prime shows up for a second or two less or something like that.
Tier 0.5.
Tier 0.5, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea, honestly.
Twitch devalued Prime subs, not you. They'll take it away eventually anyway. I think this is the start of them probably going to be eventually getting rid of it.
Yeah, so I've been meaning to ask. I don't know if I'm Mandela affecting this, but back when they first added the Prime subs, didn't they say it was replacing Twitch Turbo? And it gave you if you had Amazon Prime, you didn't have adverts on Twitch.
Yes,
you could use the custom color names and all stuff. Yeah. And then
I was big butthurt whenever they added ads, and I also had Twitch Prime.
Yeah. I swear that it was like replacing Turbo, and then at some point, without anyone noticing, they added Turbo back as its own thing.
They did run them both at the same time.
Did they?
Turbo and Prime, but the changes that they made to Prime, like they basically reworked Turbo as a product to make it the ad remover product.
Right. Okay.
So
that's what I got confused about then. Because I asked this morning actually whether people were who subscribed with Twitch Prime still saw ads, but they didn't. So if you subscribe to a channel via Prime, you don't see the ads on the channel.
Yeah.
I got confused. I thought
if
that
you had Twitch Prime, like you didn't have ads site wide.
Yeah, that's what they removed. That I thought they'd removed with the subscription with Prime.
It was they kept that's right. They kept running Turbo because they were like, oh, not all countries can get Prime, so we can't take Turbo away because then those countries can't have the Turbo benefits. But it's so long ago, I don't remember now.
They said more stuff was coming to Turbo, still waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason they're doing all this is because Twitch just isn't profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch doesn't make money, and Amazon wants Twitch to make money,
which is insane.
Hence the reason for all the layoffs.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in the gaming news section. There's
so many
layoffs.
I actually have some former colleagues that I don't know if they still do, but they worked at Twitch. You know, beat me being in the digital advertising, field. So. Sucks for me, but hey ho, I'll have to deal with it and figure it out. But now I understand why more people weren't annoyed by it.
Yeah, you were like on Twitter, like, what the hell? Yeah. Everyone was like, well, it's fine. Like,
everyone's like, oh, it's good, great change to Twitch's notification and everything. Oh, this is going to be great. This is excellent. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to lose $500 a month. What's going on? How are people so happy about this? But yeah, all right. So I guess that also means that it's not going to make a difference anymore, is it? I was going to say when my final historic contract runs out, I think it's in November or something.
They ain't renewing that. There's no way.
It doesn't matter anyway because they're all going to be a fixed rate regardless, so it doesn't matter what happens anyway.
Yeah. I think they're going to abandon all those historic contracts. They really want to get rid of them. Yeah,
it'll all be in the Partner Plus stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So.
Hooray!
Thanks, Twitch.
Stream on YouTube more, bro. Stream on YouTube more.
Yeah. Well, I am streaming the Sunday streams on YouTube now, and we've gotten more members over there. Not enough to make up for the difference in the Prime sub money, but like at least that's gonna help a bit. Can always go to Kick, please don't.
Yes.
Yeah, a few people have recommended, just go on Kick and get that 90% split. It's like, but
95%.
95% in this.
Yeah, they
Jesus.
upped it.
That can't be profitable.
No.
Nothing about Kick is profitable, I think. It's all just...
Funnily enough,
if you at least make it profitable by $1 and then you put that $1 into gambling and then you win, then it's profitable. See, that's how you do it.
Funnily enough, I actually want to talk about Kick in the motorsport section.
Yeah, I was just going to write that when Kick got
Yeah, I
brought
was
up as
writing
well,
that, yeah.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so thanks, Twitch. Appreciate that. Thanks very much. G-Fred streams on YouTube 24/7, random all day on YouTube. That's what I need to do. I'll go crazy.
Well, no, you could just have all of your content rotate, like live rotating.
Yeah, one of
So
those
just
like
an endless
always
live
on
stream.
channels.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Testing videos are back. That's the only real topic I've got to put forward from myself in a personal
Man,
perspective.
partying like it's 2013.
I know, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I couldn't believe the last time I did a full class-specific testing video was the 2020 versions. But yeah, the 2024 supers and sports cars testing videos are done. Going through all the classes again. It's just for preparation to put myself into a testing mindset for GTA 6. Really, I want to be able to hit the ground running for the next game rather than being like, oh, I haven't tested in so long. What do I do? So yeah, but the supers one has done well so far. The sports one's been a little like a G-Fred and a Random All have outperformed it in the first 24 hours, but the supers one did good. So hopefully they start getting into the search and stuff like that, and people start finding me again.
Now, since you say that, if GTA 6 comes out and we don't have a creator, you're just going to pick some random track like you did with Cutting Corners. That kind of
Probably. I mean, yeah, I don't know because I don't know what GTA 6 is going to like.
What if
It
it's
might
just
be
not racist?
There might not be raised. There might be, and it might be
Then we'll never hear from
impossible
her
to
again.
like do any kind of proper testing. There might be like hundreds of different ways to tune a car that gives it different speeds in different ways.
True.
There's so many different variables that mean it might not be possible. Like I do it like right now, but I'm going to try my best or try to figure out a way that works or makes sense. But
yeah, you could do like class setups, videos, recommendations.
Yeah. That's what so when I used to watch your stuff when I played GT Online, what I would love a video that's like, hey, here is the best car to use in every single class. I don't know if you have that.
Yeah, I
But
did a
like
few of those over the years.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like when I load up a race lobby and they're using some class of car and I've no idea what it is, what car do I pick?
Yeah. But like I'll try and do some sort of quick and dirty style testing, like the original 2013 stuff on the original Cutting Corners, where it's it's not fully upgraded cars or something like that, because that takes a lot more time, but it's still a basic knowledge initially. I'll pick somewhere or some track or something, and then that gets some early information out there, and then I can do the proper testing in the months after that. But I'll just have to wait and see, It's impossible to know. But yeah, they're back, and I'm going to go through them all again. Muscle next month, and then Sports Classics the month after that, and go through them all. But
wow,
I've been kind of enjoying it, some of it, to be honest. Like getting all these new lap times.
That's impressive. Enjoying.
I know. I know, right?
After 20 years of GTA testing, you still
20 years.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been it scratches an OCD itch as well. Like when you get the final car tested in a class and you've got all the lap times and all the top speeds all newly done and correct, like it scratches that itch as well at the very end. It's not worth doing it just for that, but it's an added bonus. Quick bit of GTA then, before we move on to the much more interesting gaming news, Racing Corner and Speedrun Corner, that are probably going to take up the majority of the podcast. The Chop Shop update, we didn't have it before the previous podcast because we did it quite early in December and covered the GTA 6 trailer instead. Has anybody actually played any of it?
Nope.
No.
I played a little bit of it.
I just played it this morning on stream because I've been ill and testing cars and stuff like that. I only just actually did some of those robbery missions, and they're quite good. They're not.
I just can't believe we have cop cars, dude. That's insane.
Oh,
After so long.
Yeah, they finally added emergency vehicles that are buyable and purchasable and storable by us. Like
it's every single update that we talk about here all the time. I'm just like, oh yeah, end of life. They're doing all the things
Yeah,
the players
yeah.
want before they leave and can't patch the game anymore.
Yeah. It seems like it. But then
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird that the choices that like they did the 2 new cop cars obviously, but then the Riot and the unmarked cruiser, but none of the others, like none of the other regular cop cruisers or sheriff SUVs or anything like that. It's just seemingly random.
Yeah, it
choices.
is very weird that they didn't just like give you all the cop cars.
Just a new
like-
website or something that's got all cop cars on it.
Yeah,
or
like I
something.
mean, I still want the regular cop car. It always chases you,
Mm.
the like Taurus analog
Yeah.
Interceptor, because it's a very unique handling vehicle.
And it's
Oh,
got a
this
lot
is-
of modifications as well that you can't
Yeah.
access.
This is like update padding, right? Like this, like they've got 20 new cars for sale and 15 of them are already in the game, right? So
Yeah,
I bet next update you'll get the other third of the cop cars. Or
yeah,
whatever,
probably.
And
yeah.
then the final one, you'll get another third, and then
Yeah, that's it. Like the Park Ranger is one of those that you can buy now and store.
Oh, boy.
Oh, woof.
Jesus.
What are you guys freaking out?
Yeah, the Park Ranger has been in the game since 2013, and you can buy it and store it now. It's similar to
It's
the
such a
Lifeguard
pointless
before.
vehicle. Like who
Yeah.
wants the Park Ranger, Greg?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Did we talk about the 100-car garage last time? We did, right?
Well,
The
we
GTA Plus?
speculate.
Yes, we did because
Because they'd
I
announced
But
it
you
at that
found
point, I
out.
think.
Yeah, I said it was like Pokemon Home. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
I remember. Oh, RDT's gone.
Oh, okay. The dog ate an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I hope we get some more cop cars, but they are so expensive.
Mm.
They're 4 million, 5 million for the new ones. Oh, he's back. Dog ate the camera.
This ain't a
Yeah,
dog,
it's
this is a
crazy.
horse.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know how the unmarked cruiser is $4 million. My
Yeah.
roommate Cassandra got one for $3,000 in real life. So it's
Yeah, I
like,
know, right?
why is it
Oh,
so
right.
expensive?
Oh my god, of course, yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, it's madness.
Oh dear.
They also added drift races with the latest update, which I thought were pretty decent. I haven't really done one properly in terms of
Yeah, I haven't
competing in a
done
drift
one
race,
either.
but it's fun. The drift physics, work quite well, and then they're certainly better than the low grip tire stuff that they tried before. And the races actually took a bit of thought, considering you get points for how much you're drifting and stuff like that. It's not just drift around, but quickest wins.
What about the drag races?
But
How
then
are they? Those
that's
came
what I was
out
going
the
to
other
come on
day.
to. The drag races, on the other hand,
Right.
those aren't the most interesting things in the world.
Okay, so when you say drag race, I think like Need for Speed Underground 2, like you have to manually shift. You can only pick which lane you're in, but you can't actually steer the car properly. Like, is it like that or?
No.
Okay,
you do have to manually shift, which
Okay,
is
that-
new for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the drag racers have their own heads-up display with a speedo and a rev limiter, and you have to shift at certain points to get a perfect shift. And if you get a perfect shift, you get a little bit of a boost to the car. And then nitrous activates at some point during the race, and you can use that at one point. But and there's the dog, and there's the dog. There's your dog's been gone. Now mine is.
Oh my gosh.
I'm hoping that Zexy goes and sorts that out because.
So can we at least make drag races so that we can manually shift in races?
You can't make your own drag races. She's protecting the house.
Yeah, of course.
It's
That's what Lila
important.
was doing.
Yeah, she barks, and then the problem that's at the door always goes away because of her barking. So
Yeah, that's the only reason.
It works.
Otherwise, they'd be coming in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'd have unexpected guests on this podcast.
So yeah, you manually shift. You get the perfect shifts for a little bit of a boost every time. You use the NOS, but it's basically a top speed race because
Right.
they aren't like a quarter mile or half mile or something like that. You're doing them for like a minute, and most of it you're up to full speed, and you just it's just a long straight track. Some of them are in the city where it's just all about curb boosting. Some of them are on the highway where it's smooth roads. Like one of them, as someone said in the chat, is where I test top speed. One of them is on that run. Traffic is on as well, so a lot of it is just avoiding traffic in the city ones.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and you can just
fine,
control the
right?
car like normal. It's not like you can't steer or anything.
Right,
You just control it like normal. It's just they're
at least they
basically just a
added-
long straight point-to-point race with manual shifting and nitrous.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least they added manual shifting, because otherwise it's just hold W. Who can hold W
Yeah.
the best?
And the way that the gears go, you're up into top gear almost immediately. Like within the first 5 seconds, you've switched into top gear, and then the rest of it is just holding the throttle all the way.
Yeah.
Do you pick your own car, is
yes,
it like a
but
custom
there's a
race where you-
limited amount, so it's limited to
Okay.
tuners, sports, and muscle class, and
I was
then
gonna say, you
within
pick,
those
like an electric
classes,
car. Are they
yeah.
gonna make you.
But within those classes, there's also a limited selection of cars from those classes.
Okay.
But ultimately,
Oh, wow.
there's 3 cars that you want, which is the Pisswasser Dominator for muscle, the Calico GTF for tuners, and the Coquette D10 for sports. And those are the 3 quickest, and you just stick with those. So, there's no nuance of a regular race where one might be better in the straights and one's better on the corners or something like that. Once you've got the car that does the straight line the quickest, then that's just the car that does the straight line the quickest. So
I remember when you tested it, wasn't there? I don't know if you were going to bring it up, but also there's slipstream settings now. You can choose like classic. Or,
that's catch up, but they're not in.
catch-up.
They're not
Okay,
in drag
right.
races.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, is there catch up and slipstream in drag
Yeah,
races?
no, there isn't. There isn't.
Oh,
Wait, there's
okay,
a
alright.
change. There's a new version of ketchup.
There's 5 new catch. Is it 5 new catch up modes or 4? 4 new catch up modes.
Four.
I think there's 5 total now. So there's the classic catch up, and then there's advanced low, advanced medium, advanced high, and then boosted. And boosted seems to make the people at the back quicker without affecting
Yeah.
the people at the
Which
front.
is how it should always have worked.
yeah. And then I'm not sure exactly how the advanced ones work. It's something that I need to look into. I've got a lot of information on from the code side of what's actually happening as well, but I need to do some testing and do a deep dive into the new catch-up modes to find out what's actually
Time for
happening.
another,
So the way that ketchup has
front
always
finding.
worked was that it slowed down the people in the front, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Which
so
is-
now this just boosts the people in the back.
Well,
Yeah,
one of the
the
new ones
boosted
does.
one.
We don't know what the advanced one does.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's such a better system because like the faster you go, the harder it is to drive the car. So if you're leading, not only can you not set like fastest lap times and stuff, but it's easier to control the car and go around corners and stuff because you're slower. Whereas boosted the other way, like if you make the people at the back faster, if they're better at the game and catch up using their faster car, it's like harder. It's like
yeah,
more
they still
skill.
have to do the work, sort of thing.
Yeah,
they have to
yeah,
drive
yeah.
properly. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
Much
ridiculous,
faster
but-
the people at the back though. Like what would it be like if you did cutting corners GP and then you let somebody get ahead of you and then you like set
Well,
a fast
that's what I
lap?
need to test and find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. That system sounds way better, just like in theory.
From a fairness perspective, but it does take out a lot of the, like when we do catch up races on purpose because it keeps everybody close together at the front and it's a bit of fun. Like you can't get that with the boosted version.
Sure, yeah, okay. Your catch up, the normal one makes the action at the front better, but if you spin out at the start, you're screwed still, and you won't be near anyone because everyone will spin out a different amount and you won't be racing anybody, right? But boosted would it's the opposite effect where the people at the front would spread out, but the people at the back would join together and have an interesting race. Maybe?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It depends on the effect of it and how big of an effect it is.
You'll have to test it. Yeah.
Imagine it just improves your lap time by like 6 seconds, 7 seconds,
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
by being at the back.
Yeah, the fastest lap thing is going to be weird now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine it would just do your top speed. So it's like you just go 180 miles an hour.
Well, I
if
think
you're
that's what some of the
behind.
stunt community have done little bits of testing of boosted catch up specifically, and it's the way to set new lap records on all these stunt tracks because you just go so much faster, like when you're boosted.
Boosted catch-up slipstream, just break through the space-time continuum. Just...
by the way, to follow up
Sick.
from earlier, supposedly you can change drag races to have catch-up and slipstream on, I believe. I didn't know
okay.
that. But yeah, there's some like certain cars that you would consider to be drag cars, like the Peyote Gasser, which is a drag car just on the face of it. You can't use those in drag races. It's a very small selection of what you can do.
Neat.
Yeah. I guess the final bit for GTA is that they're also removing the Rockstar editor from the old platforms, PS4 and Xbox One.
Well, good thing nobody plays on those platforms anymore.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're doing that just so they can fit as much stuff in to keep them as current as possible in terms of being able to continue to add another update, the next update and that comes along. They need to remove some stuff to be able to.
It's end of life again. They're going to update the creator to add all of the things you want, like removing lampposts or whatever. Right?
Well, they already did that.
Doesn't. Oh, did they? Oh, fuck, I don't know. But anyway,
This is
they're
the
gonna update
editor. The editor, though, the Rockstar editor, not the creator. So it's the thing that you can record gameplay with and then go into it and get shots and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, that's maybe they want the best versions of videos available and not like the crappy past gen.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you can only put videos up of the best looking versions of the game.
Yeah.
I'm glad it just wasn't completely brain dead and they took it from PC as well for no reason.
Yeah.
That's what I would have expected.
Yeah. Supposedly all the Rockstar editor achievements are going to be available in director mode, they said. For Kiwi asking about that in the chat.
Wait, sorry, the director mode?
That's something else entirely. I don't think I've ever used that, so I don't even know. It's like a single player thing, I think.
I guess
it's basically like I would say it's like a sandbox mode where you can like change your character model and like spawn cars and stuff. But it was like the purpose of it was specifically to use in conjunction with the Rockstar editor.
Yeah.
So without the Rockstar editor, it's like. What's the point of it?
Yeah, that's it. So it is what it is. They clearly the old gen versions of the game they're putting less and less into them. There's a lot more new stuff getting added to the new gen versions every update that the old gen versions aren't getting, and PC is included in that as old gen versions.
Wait, can we use different old gen to me means 360. Can we use old?
Okay. I consider that original gen. We got original gen, old gen, and new gen.
The OG.
Current gen.
But what isn't older than original? I don't know.
That's just how I work it out in my head. I feel like original, then old gen, then current gen.
OG, old, and next.
Yeah. So yeah, PC is still not getting all these nice things, unfortunately, for whatever reason. I don't understand.
And it's a shame because finally with this 100 car garage, I would buy GTA Plus for the 100 car garage.
Oh god!
Just a 1 month though, right? Like, and then cancel it so that you can put 100 cars in, and then
I would have to really cram some garage management into and figure out what 100 cars I will never ever want to get rid of.
Yeah. But that a lot of people have done that, I believe. Like I've done that. Well, I did it to test what happens when you cancel it. And run out.
So what does happen then?
So you mean you didn't watch my video covering it?
Watch your GTA Online video?
No, it's it basically just you have access to everything like you would a normal garage. You can even go into the garage and move things around in the garage. You just can't put anything new into it.
Right.
So if you take a car out and put it into a different garage, you can't put it back in. If you want to swap cars from one garage to another where it just switches the positions, you can't do that because you're bringing something new into the garage.
Impressive that they were smart enough to think of that. Actually.
Yeah. That's why I tried it, because I thought, oh, maybe they won't think about this. But yeah,
surely someone will find some glitch.
Yeah.
To fix.
Well, I mean,
it's funny. They're smart when it costs them money.
I know.
Yeah,
First time in history, GTA Plus is worth it for 1 month. I know, right? But yeah, then I've put all my sports cars in that garage, and then I've cancelled the GTA Plus and
I mean,
that'll be it. I'll
does
just
sound
leave that.
it does sound like a pretty fair system, to be honest. Like they could have said, like, oh, you can't access those 100 cars when your sub runs out.
Yeah.
They're just not deleted,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But
Yeah,
yes,
it seems reasonable, and considering
Yeah.
there's
I
already
would've
like
made
over 300 garage slots that don't involve GTA Plus, like I think it's a fair value add
Yeah.
for GTA Plus to have an extra 100. Like,
yeah, and again with the Pokemon Home comparison, it's more generous than that. 'cause
Yeah,
that's-
yeah,
In
yeah.
Home, you lock your Pokemon away. You can't get them until you
Yeah,
pay them again.
yeah.
Well, I'm surprised that they didn't do a thing where you can't like physically enter the garage at all. You could just call it on the phone.
Yeah, I
And-
was surprised you could still get in the garage and still move things around as well, like reorder them within the garage. I was surprised you could still do that, honestly. So, yeah. But yeah, it's weird that all these things are getting put in now, like you say, end of life, but also, does it really matter? Is it really worth the effort? Like, putting in all these new catch-up modes at this point, is it really going to make a difference to anything? I don't know. Maybe
what are
they've
the
just
sales of GTA still? Like, isn't it still a top 10 game every month?
I think so. Yeah, so many people still play it. Yeah.
I mean, we still don't know what's going to happen with GTA 6. Like, maybe they just carry the online over. They haven't
please,
said
God,
anything.
no.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
no.
But like, it's the WoW sequel problem that I've talked
Look,
about.
I just
Yeah, I
want
know.
one.
Like, what do you
I
do?
want a free Banshee for my GTA 6 online character because I'm a returning player.
Yeah.
That's it. I want one little bonus, and I want to start from scratch. I want to play a new video game.
But
I reckon what they'll do is they'll allow you to transfer your character, what it looks like, but they won't allow you. They'll allow you to transfer like a tiny portion of your assets.
Like
maybe
if you've like
one garage worth of cars, if you're lucky, and then like a tiny portion of the money as well.
Like the equivalent, like a 5% of whatever assets you've got, monetary value sort of thing to get you
I
started
think
in the next game.
if they
or
are
something.
going to do any character transfer at all, they may just not do any at all.
Yeah.
But if they were to
I don't
appease
want
people,
any.
then I think that's the way they would do it.
Yeah, the story's going to be like, oh, everything came crashing down for you and your character. You get to keep one car and some money. I mean, California and Florida are so far apart that they're like, oh, you're on the run now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the car and the cash in your pocket that you drove to Miami.
Yeah.
with. There you go. Yeah.
What's the Need for Speed game that starts like that? Is it Carbon, where it starts like we're in the car that you ended Most Wanted with, I think, and you.
Oh yes,
You've
that's
just
right.
got
yes.
that car, and then you lose that car at the start, and then you build back up again. So.
Yeah. It takes your save. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
But then, the only problem with starting completely fresh is that they'll nickel and dime every single little thing from the very beginning. We won't have the glory days of the start of GT Online was when everything was cheap.
The free Beach Bum DLC.
Yeah.
The all-new Kalahari for free.
Dude, how much would that be? The BIFTA with
The BIFTA now would be
free-
1.5 million, wouldn't it?
The free T-shirt idea is a good one. It's a classic Rockstar thing, isn't
Yes,
it? I played
yes.
GTA Online with
I know.
GTA 5, and all I got was the shitty T-shirt.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to gaming news then. And I guess the first thing to talk about, as we mentioned it earlier on, is so many job losses in 2024 already. You're only the first month, and thousands of people have lost their jobs in gaming, in Twitch, just all over the place. It's
Yeah, I watched a video the other day that said this was before the Microsoft layoffs, by the way. Already in the first month of the year, we have already seen a third of the total jobs lost last year in the gaming space.
yeah. And then Microsoft
first
added on
month.
top of that.
And then Microsoft came bombing in.
It's so horrible because people keep talking about like, oh, is some bubble burst or something? It's like, no, they're making record profits still.
Yeah.
Like, nothing has changed. They're just
And then without
it's time
fail-
for the capitalism talk
Yeah.
again. Everyone
Every
hates this.
single time it happens, the stock price of the company that did it goes up without fail every time. It's like,
because their revenue is going to go up now.
yeah.
So it's
They
like,
don't have to pay as much now.
yeah. Expenses down.
But it feels so short-sighted. Like, okay, yeah, revenue's going to go up for now, but then you don't have all those people to then work and get you more revenue in the
The
future.
line must always go up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. All your competitors are doing it. Right? You only have to do as good as them, and they're all doing it. So
this is what I think I've talked about on a previous episode, but this is what I just don't understand about the whole constantly going for more and more profits every year. Like, they can't be happy with profit every year and the same amount of profit every year. They have to be getting more profit every year.
Well, that's
which just it's impossible. There has to be a natural end to that.
Not with inflation. That's the thing. Not to defend capitalism in any way or like corporate whatever. And I know people don't like us talking about this anyway.
Yeah.
But if things
they
go,
don't like me talking about it.
If things go well, if a company is working the way it's supposed to, you're always going to have record profits.
Because of inflation. I get that.
You should at least match what you had last year, plus maybe some new customers or whatever. But if you don't beat the rate of inflation on that increase, then you do have to start considering those cuts. I'm not defending any of these companies that are making these layoffs. My company just had layoffs on Thursday. I'm not affected by it, but people that I worked with have been. But yeah, it's a tough, cruel world out there.
Yet the CEOs of these companies who steered the ship into a place where they had to get rid of thousands of jobs and record salaries of millions of dollars. It makes no sense.
There's the thing as well, Malia was saying in chat, well, it doesn't matter at Blizzard's because they've not had a good title in 10 years. And yeah, you can say that, but they were also 6 years into the development of a new game that just got binned. 6 years! 6 years of paying wages on staff into the game and just got... And the game, by all intents and purposes, was shaping up to be quite good. People were enjoying it. The people that had played it said that it was quite good.
What game is this?
Sega did the same. It was an unnamed survival game. They just
Blizzard
it off. So, yeah, from Blizzard.
Man, how do you bin a survival game? Those always sell well.
Yeah,
unless it's Metal Gear Survival.
Yeah.
For game devs especially, it's terrible because if you work at Blizzard for 6 years and the game that you made just gets scrapped and you lose all your work, you don't have credits. You don't have credits. You can't go to the employer and be like, "Oh, I worked on that game," because that game doesn't exist. You just wasted 6 years of your life. Like
Sega recently did the same. They'd spent the most amount of money that they've ever spent on any game, and it was shaping up to come out sometime this year. Binned it. It's like, what? It's crazy.
A few movie production publishers companies do that at one point.
Warner Brothers.
The movie was done and ready and could have been released, and then they just decided to do it as a tax write-off and get rid of it or something like that.
I think Batgirl.
Warner Brothers did it with Batgirl.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. This is why we get so many of those portfolio leaks where people add stuff to their portfolio that they weren't supposed to show. It's because I worked for 6. I need to show something.
Yeah. Keep your resume updated.
Right too. Yeah.
It just, I don't know, to me it doesn't feel like, when you compare the amount that the standard salary is, like the median salary of someone in a company compared to the very top salaries, it feels like there should be some upper limit of what that can be. And if the company makes more money, everybody makes more money together and goes higher rather than just the very few at the top.
So what if instead of one guy at the top that owns it, if all of the workers had a collective ownership of the company? What if
the means of production?
There you go.
He's cooking. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, all of the people in the gaming sector that are unemployed now, they've got an awful lot of time on their hands to maybe put together a union or something. That might be a good idea.
Yeah. If they all just organized collectively.
Yeah, it's crazy. So hopefully everyone who has lost their job in that lands on their feet. But that's a lot.
Unironically though, things like this do happen because the space is not unionized. It's crazy. It's insane.
No tenure.
Yeah.
These dogs are going sicko mode.
It's not the only
just
reason,
running
I
all over the
suppose,
place.
but it's certainly a big reason. Is that when you
America's done
atomize your
such
workforce,
a good job, corporation-wise, at a corporation level, of poisoning the workforce against unionization that it just doesn't happen, and it's scary. It really is. Like I'm
people just
in my
convulse
union,
on the ground at the idea.
I'm in my union at work. I give them a tiny fraction of my salary every month, and I don't speak to them unless I need them.
Yeah,
unless something bad comes up at work, in which case I go straight to my union representative and go, wait a minute, this is happening, and they get shit sorted out.
Yeah, and when you need them, you're glad you have them.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's literally no downside.
Yeah.
Rather have it and not need it.
We need to rebrand this.
And the higher wages that you have make up for your deals. Because union, on average, they're 15% more.
We're gonna rebrand this into like a corporate friendly way. It's job insurance.
Yeah,
you're paying for insurance.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
I'm getting because of my union, I'm getting my second pay rise of the year in April. We got 2 this year for some reason. So yeah.
You don't need all of these thousands of employees making a game for you if you are Power World. You just bundle together a bunch of assets in a survival kind of game and get incredible success. That is the latest hotness. I haven't played it. Has anyone played it?
No, but I saw Donkey put out a video and someone commented on that. It's like, this is like if every single game preview game was put together into one and just released as a single asset. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of right.
Yeah. It does seem like it's like I'm surprised that they've managed to get under Nintendo's radar with some of the PALs, as they're called.
They're not under the radar.
Well, they're not anymore.
Not anymore.
But
the heat-seeking missile is inbound.
I love their statement as well. It's like, we've been made aware by certain people in the community of a game. We're looking into it.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
No, their statement was worded really weird. It's like they're protecting the Pokemons or whatever. They say IP at the start, but then the rest of it is like they're saving the Pokemon. Yeah, it's really weird.
Assassins are gearing up right now to take out every developer of Power World.
But from what I seem to understand is that like there was the first trailer for Power World was like 2 years ago, and it had the same pals in it that looked very similar to the Pokemon. And
it's insane that nobody's heard of this game until it came out. And then boom, everyone's heard of it.
That is a very Nintendo thing to do, though. They don't pay attention to any other gaming platforms or any other games coming out apart from their own. They don't until someone goes, hey, this looks a bit like your game, and they go, oh, wait a minute,
what'd you say?
But then I know that Benny was talking about it on the stream this morning. He'd been playing it a lot, and it seems like it's caught a lot of people's attention. It's very addictive in terms of the gameplay loop, I believe. But it's not also without its controversy. People saying that it's been AI generated designs and things like that. I think I don't actually know the full.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I've heard conflicting things on as to whether it was.
It's interesting. Basically, they're apparently when the game development of this game started, they had one graduate artist working on this, and nobody within the entire company even knew what an animation rig was.
Okay.
So
didn't they find their developer with experience with like video games with guns and shooting, like at a 7-Eleven or something? Did I read something like that?
It's just weird overall, and like it's definitely clear that some of the assets have been taken and modified. It's definitely clear that that's the case, and a lot of people are wading in with a sort of vague knowledge of US copyright law that has nothing to do with this case. Both of the companies involved are Japanese, so it'll be Japanese copyright law. I don't know anything about Japanese copyright law, so it'll be. I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Me, from a personal standpoint, I don't like Pokemon, so I wouldn't have been playing it anyway. And also feel a bit gross because of potentially stolen assets as well. So I wouldn't play it anyway. It's just not something that I would. Do
you think it could be at this point too big to have anything happen to it? Like, it's so huge at this point. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's playing it.
No, this is Nintendo we're talking about.
Okay. No,
this is Nintendo,
but they also
and also the biggest entertainment product in the history of the world.
The Japanese copyright law is way actually stricter than US ones. Yeah, so I didn't realize they were a Japanese dev. They're like, that's ballsy as hell. That's explains the influence. It's like the game is a Japanese. It's like, if you got a bunch of Nintendo devs to make Ark Survival Evolved or Valheim or something.
Yeah.
Even when you go to a new area, there's a little pop-up that comes up and it makes the little jingle from Breath of the Wild. Like the same little pop-up, like the same style, yeah. That makes a lot of sense then.
It is like multiple games all just in one. Like not original idea, but it works really well together.
But it's what I mean. It's kind of the game that everyone's been wanting for so long, you know. And when you make that kind of game, it doesn't necessarily have to be good or innovative or like special. Like you just give the people what they want, the slop that they wanted.
There's a gap in the market, and this genre of game literally does not exist.
Yeah,
like you're the first one there. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. Yeah.
Nintendo are probably just annoyed that they didn't do it themselves.
Well, I think that like this game is like the most top selling game, highest concurrent players. I think it's gonna be one of those games that this is like the Avatar movie in video game form. It's gonna be like the highest grossing product ever and have no influence really whatsoever.
Yeah, on culture.
I think it's
like in 3 years, no one will remember like Power. Oh yeah, I think I played that.
It's so interesting though, the discourse on this one, because there's a trifecta of discourse on this one. There's the AI / stolen asset stuff, which is coming in pretty strong, and then you've got the people going, "Oh, it's got collectible monsters in it. I instantly love it, and nothing can be bad about it." Those people, who are also insufferable. And you've also, for some reason, got, because it's an Xbox exclusive, you've got the Xbox console diehards coming in and going, you're only complaining about it because it's not on Sony consoles. It's like, what is going on? You're missing the wood for the trees here, boys. What's going on?
PUBG, so that was it. Do you know, it's amazing. I was trying to think, like, because I had this feeling of, like, maybe this is that game that, like, spawns all these other types of games. Like, and I was thinking this, as Nos was saying nobody will remember it, I was thinking, so what was that game that came out that popularized Battle Royale? And then Fortnite came along and did it better and just took over everything. And then there was all these Battle Royale games. And then it was, didn't I put it in the chat? PUBG. Like, this could be the PUBG of this game genre, is what I'm saying. Like, this is like the start, and then all the companies will start jumping on this, like they did with Battle Royale, like they've done with FPSs in the past.
But Pokemon's been around for decades now, and people haven't gone, collectible monsters. What an interesting idea.
No, but
for
like
a game.
the amalgamation of the
Digimon? Hello? Like,
but do you see much about Digimon these days?
No, but we're talking like when this came out. Like, we don't remember now. Yeah,
but like Pal World coming out now, and people only just realizing, hey, people are really interested in collectible monsters still after all these years. It's amazing. I did not know that.
Yeah.
No, but in the combination of like a survival game, a base building type stuff, like it's not just another Pokemon collectible game.
And you can have the monsters be your worker slaves as well.
Yeah.
I think a large part of what you're saying there, Hammer, is that the problem is that the early Pokemon games were actually good. So we didn't need anything
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
It's only because
Yeah,
it's
well-
gone so downhill.
That's the thing, isn't it? It should hopefully give. Who is it that develops the
Game
Pokemon
Freak.
games? Game Freak, yeah. It'll hopefully give them a bit of a kick up the arse, or Nintendo to give them a bit more money to give them a kick up the arse to do a little bit better, because the last few Pokemon games have come out have been hilariously bad.
Yeah, so bad.
Some people in the chat saying it was H1Z1 started battle royales.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I remember watching
'cause that was like
Jay play that. Oh my god!
like I don't
That's so
remember
baby.
that being to the extent of what PUBG. Like PUBG is the one that exploded it and started the ball rolling. It's like, you know,
it's a lot like Dota. And then like a bunch of devs from Dota like split off and made League of Legends and Heroes of New Earth and
Yeah, because
there's a third
PUBG
one.
was originally an Arma mod, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. It was an Arma 2 mod.
I thought H1 was an Arma mod. Or
No, PUBG was the Arma mod. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Whatever. I like the name too, Pow World. It feels like what the GTA parody of Pokemon would be.
yeah.
I feel
And
like
even
it's...
with the guns, like I feel like I could just see an ad in Grand Theft Auto 6 for Power World. It's just like a Pikachu analog with a minigun, like destroying some Squirtle or something.
This is
South Park
one of
version
those
Pokemon.
This is one of those weird moments in like the industry when a new genre is born and no one has any. We're just calling it a clone of this.
Yeah.
Like how first-person shooters used to be called Doom clones because we didn't have a word for it.
Yeah.
Every first-person shooter. Oh, they just copied Doom, dude. Like no, like it's a lot of space here. And the same, Dota clones until we came up with MOBA or whatever.
Chin Pokemon.
Chin Pokemon.
Oh god, yeah, that's it.
The devs said that they added guns because that's how they thought they could appeal to the US.
Were they wrong? Like
No!
they weren't wrong. Like, yeah. That is.
I've thought about playing it. I've thought about taking a look at it and playing it, and seeing if it's something I want to play. Everybody at work is playing it. It's like Ben, are you playing Power World? I'm like, I'm not playing. I work 60 hours a week. I'll think about it.
I don't play games. All right. And any more gaming news before we move on to Racing Corner? Anything? No. All right. I mean,
I hope you reveal this well, Raphael.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's just ease our way into it and bridge the gap
okay.
between gaming and racing with iRacing. It seems like weather is actually going to happen soon.
Oh yeah.
But only in a limited number of series, right? Like the MX-5s are going to get it, and a few of the dirt oval stuff, maybe, or something like that. But you know, that's the iRacing way, it seems, where they're doing it properly, but that takes forever to model correctly and all this kind of stuff.
Yep. Yeah, ever since I've been playing iRacing, which was so many years ago, weather, like rain, has always been like a thing that was almost out or whatever. It seems like ever since, and even before I played, it was like a thing. Yeah, but it is actually happening. Like last year, they showed videos and stuff of it. Now, if you open iRacing right now, you can press a hotkey to open up a weather radar.
Oh, really? Wow.
It's blank because there's no weather, but it's there. You can see the track and stuff.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope it'll be good. I would drive Masters again to try some weather.
Crazy. So that's crazy. Are they going to have like parts of the track be raining harder than other parts of the track? Like if you're on the Nürburgring, it could be sunny up here because it's so big.
Yeah. They've got all that stuff.
It's meant to be properly modeled, and like puddles and stuff where the real track would have puddles, and you know.
Yeah, it's not like a toggle that's like, oh, is it raining? Yes, no. It's like literally there'll be clouds that come over because I already have cloud simulation. Like you can be in shade as a cloud goes over past the sun and stuff. It's like have all this cloud sim, so it's like literally it will rain this part this hard.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have the most robust weather simulation gaming has ever seen in iRacing.
But like, so what's gonna happen though is that all these iRacers who can barely drive anyway, they're like, we're gonna get into a race. There's gonna be rain, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, I fucking hate it because they're gonna crash out or whatever. So then it'll be like the fixed versus open situation, I bet. Where like some people don't want to touch setups, they don't want to learn, they don't want to try it, so they only ever drive fixed series. It's going to be like fixed, open, and weather. Like,
yeah, I see.
bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't announced how they're going to do it. That tweet they posted with the video of them configuring the settings, there's something in there that concerns me, and it's the fact that the temperature and the wind doesn't change. It's set for the entire session. So what I think is going to happen is like you're going to go into a race lobby, and it's like, oh, it's 23 degrees in this race. I guess it's not going to rain. Or if you go into a lobby and it's like the minimum of 18, it's like, oh, it's going to rain like later because it's blaring sun right now. It should be hotter.
Yeah, I see.
Or something. I bet some silly exploit like that will happen.
You'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah, but I really wonder how they're going to do it. Are they going to say, like, going to give you a rain chance % or something at the start of the race? I don't know.
But surely the temperature would come into the calculation of like grip levels and stuff like that as well. Like it seems like it would be, because if you got a say a track temp of like 30 degrees or something, and then it starts raining, the temperature would have gone down. But now you're racing on a wet track that's 30 degrees hot. Like
it's weird.
Yeah.
The temperature in iRacing is like one of the like jankiest things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it said in the video, you can see it says temperature and wind is set for the entire race session, so you can't change it.
GT7 does that even with puddles. The problem is it doesn't feel like rain, more like ice. Yeah, that's the thing. Rain it's very difficult to get right. So I'm curious to see how iRacing handles it, and hopefully it'll feel good. Maybe going offline in some corners will actually be a legitimate strategy, like it is in real life. Outside lines where the grip is and whatnot.
But I feel like talking about this on the podcast is we're probably a year early still.
Yeah, do you think a year? Do you think?
No. Probably like 6 months or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Speaking of MX5s.
Sorry, we've just blasted past iRacing. Sorry, what? We can't just wait. Are you still doing iRacing or
no? There's more for iRacing?
Yeah, the endurance racing I wanted to do with you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. You told me to wait until the podcast.
No, just move on.
No. Okay, so every time on the podcast, I rope you into some endurance stuff, but this is different, okay? This is very different. This isn't just a big 24-hour race where you're going to be under lots of pressure. You're not going to have any time to practice.
This is an M&S race.
It's not going to be like you're not going to let our entire team down or anything. This is like there's scheduled races every other week. The series that you already race and you already really like, which is IMSA, right? Every other weekend. They have a 2.4 hour version of that race, which is like a tenth of a 24-hour race, obviously, and it's scheduled, right? And we can, and I want to do it with you because you like the LMP2, I like the LMP2. Literally nobody else likes the LMP2, right? And it's a series you already will run like whenever you want. Like, you do your normal, like, Wednesday iRacing session on it, or whatever. It'll be the same car, the same track, the same setup. All we have to do is, like, switch at one point. It'll be a slightly longer IMSA race. You'll maybe do, like, one extra stint. And then it'll be me, and then or I can start, or whatever. It'll be great. It'll be a nice little series. Every other weekend, no pressure. There won't be, like, 5,000 entrances. We won't be racing against, like, 5K GT3 drivers or anything, you know. They won't add a sausage.
You don't have the opportunity to bend Jimmy Broadbent and forever live in infamy.
Yeah. And then if you crash, it'll just be me, and I'll be like, okay, that's fine. I'll do something else. You know, like, it doesn't matter.
Beware of Josh as bearing gifts.
Yes.
Well, I'm convinced he'll do it, Josh.
Yeah.
When are these? Are they always at the weekend? Are they set times or something? Like
there'll be like 3 or 4 race starts or something on a weekend.
Okay.
It's in the iRacing like schedule viewer, like race viewer thing. You need to you scroll all the way down to the bottom because there'll be like races in 4 days and 7 hours, right? So
yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I mean, it does seem to make an awful lot of sense.
Yeah. And I just got a new sim rig, so I'm not in a deck chair anymore with like a G29. Right. I also have a load cell pedal now, and
Nice.
I still don't have as good a wheel as you though. I've got a belt wheel instead of a direct drive. But,
Right.
But it's so much better. Like, oh my god, braking makes so much more sense now that it's like a force, like how much I push the pedal instead of how much movement it is.
Yeah, you've actually got a proper setup now.
Yeah, my I rating has skyrocketed. Like I'm just like outbraking people left and right. Like there was one time on one corner where I was alongside someone and they broke, and then like I tried to outbrake them, so I broke really late, and I still made it around the corner comfortably, but they locked up and slammed into me.
God!
Because they broke as late as they possibly could. I broke like a car length later, and I made the corner, and they didn't, just because I guess my pedal's better. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the LMP2, and but I don't feel confident in it yet. Like I haven't driven it that much. I don't feel like
you're never confident in any car, and you're still.
Do you know what would make you more confident? Fucking driving it more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair point. All right, fine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right, good. Yeah, I'm not sure what the schedule is.
Yeah, I'll look at the schedule and we'll work out some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it will just be like you do a normal IMSA stint, like an hour or whatever, and then I'll just drive it to the end, or we can do the other way around or whatever. It's
okay,
easy peasy.
Fine, alternate each time.
Yeah, one starts one time, then one starts the next time.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like, the endurance-y stuff and switching drivers and things. Like, it's fun. But yeah, not doing a 24-hour race with 8 different drivers and then you make a mistake and everybody's race is ruined. It's a lot. Because we did an endurance race one time in the GT3 at Spa. And that was fun. But I didn't really like the GT3 that much. But...
Oh, yeah, they're the shorter ones. Yeah. The GT3s get a little mini endurance every weekend.
Right, okay.
That's what we were doing, yeah.
I like the idea that it's every 2 weeks as well, rather than every single week, or
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Hooray!
You've persuaded me again.
Yeah, nice.
And that's how you close a sale. Yeah. All right, so the Mazda MX-5s. We're not speaking about those anymore, but they were racing at Daytona. And they had an incredible finish to their first race of the year. I'm going to show it because it was remarkable.
I just turned up to this without any idea.
Yet again, proving that the MX-5 is the best racing machine.
The racing is so good. Okay, before we watch this, I want you to look at the rear of the cars and tell me how many of the we can already see the
hanging
green
off.
and blue car.
Yeah.
That is from bump draft, and they are just bump drafting every time.
I want to race MX-5s, man. Like I still want to race them.
Yeah. Where's RDT, by the way?
He left again.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought your layout just didn't have him. Oh, sorry.
All right,
how long is this race, by the way? Like, is it actually an hour long? Or it looks like they're starting at like 8 minutes. So it's like a 50-minute race.
I think it's 50 minutes. Yeah.
So this is the end of a 50-minute race, and they're doing this. Okay.
Look at these machines. I'm gonna own one of these one day.
I feel really bad for the guy who was in the lead. Like, he just gets swallowed up by the train.
I see this happen in NASCAR all the time. You get stuck in the middle.
What? Oh, you need to go further back.
We need to see the bus stop.
Yeah. Okay. So look how strong the slipstream or draft or whatever to call it here is. It's insane.
Look at them all. Look at them all going up against each other, pushing each other along. And then he absolutely aces the bus stop.
He tries his best. Yeah. He knows he's screwed. He's in the lead on the last lap, which ironically is where you don't want to be in these cars at Daytona. Look at the lead. Yeah, I know, right? But the slipstream, they're all just pushing each other. And they form these two little trains, and then they just go bye-bye. Look at the speed.
Look at the speed difference. He's just swamped.
So amazing.
Yeah, and then when they get close to the line, they all spread out. Like, okay, I'm gonna win. And then
And then second place ends up getting it across the line.
Yeah.
And then one guy goes off on the grass, and it's like
it's such a good race.
So good. Yeah, MX-5 racing. It's on YouTube. Every time they race, I think it's completely free to watch.
Yep.
I recommend watching it. I'm going to start watching it.
Yet again, proving that the MX-5 is the greatest car ever created.
MX-5, Mazda MX-5 Cup. If you search for that on YouTube, I imagine you'll get to where you need to be. IMSA official, the Racer channel. They're on a few different things.
I was just on YouTube, just browsing, and it was in my recommended. I was like, oh, I clicked on it, and I watched like a really great race.
Yeah,
it was so good.
That's boosted ketchup for you.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy leading in the last lap finished 11th. Yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, it's I would like to race Masters. I still, even like when I did that real life racing series where I looked into real life racing, it seemed like the Mazdas were just the best to entryway to get into it. But also, you could quite easily race the Mazdas continuously and never have to like go to anything faster or better because the racing was just so good.
Well, if you come to my house, I have 2 of them. I will. We can race them.
We can race the 2.
Yes, I'll put you in my red one because it's slower, and then you can still beat me.
So yeah, they're just very good, and I wanted to put some because no Formula One, and Formula One is getting worse over time. Where is the dog doing? Formula One is getting worse over time with more street tracks and stupid team names.
Oh,
so
baby,
you might as well watch some proper racing with Mazdas and Daytona.
Team names? What kind of team names?
Yeah, so we got some stupid team names in Formula One now. So
was it not just the names of the owners anymore, or brands?
I mean, team names in general have always been a little bit.
Whatever.
So team names have always been a little bit long and convoluted. As a full team name, there's like Aston Martin, Cognizant something, and AMG Petronas Mercedes or something like that. But everyone just calls them Mercedes, Aston Martin, whatever. But the latest one is that Red Bull's sort of secondary team. They own 2 teams. It used to be called Toro Rosso, which is Italian for Red Bull. It's an Italian team. Perfect name. They should never have changed it from a Toro Rosso, really. But then they changed it to Alpha Tauri, which was a clothing brand that Red Bull were making, and they wanted to promote that. So for the last few years, it's been called Alpha Tauri. And from next year onwards, it's going to be called Visa Cash App RB.
What does the RB even stand for?
Red Bull, probably.
Red Bull? Yeah. Racing Bull?
So supposedly they were initially going to be calling it Racing Bulls, and then Visa Cash App was going to be the sort of the thing that nobody says of the team name, but it's the main sponsor officially, but no one says it. Yeah. But now they've gone full, forget about Racing Bulls, we'll just do RB, and it's literally the team name is Visa Cash App RB. That is the team name. And the commentators are all F1? Like, what are we going to say when we're talking about this team? Like, it's just so stupid. Like, they just said RB team? Means like, RB. Yeah, they actually said. This is an F1
team.
This is a proper F1 team, yeah.
What? I'm not familiar. I'm not even familiar with AlphaTauri. But
yeah, they weren't that great in the last few seasons.
But they're racing, like, on Sundays.
Yeah.
They're one of the 10 teams, yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Imagine being the Formula One driver. Like,
for the She's an F1
like you're a Formula One driver, but you're for Visa Cash App RB.
Yeah.
Like I just imagine like the driver hitting on women in a bar. They're like, yeah, I'm a Formula One driver. Oh my gosh, for what team? And then you tell him Visa Cash App RB, and she just walks away. Like.
Yeah, it's
so bad. Yeah, because there isn't even a short, like an actual, like real version to call them now. Yeah, like what do you?
Yeah, like they're going to call them Team RB or something, but that makes no sense. And then there's the confusion because Red Bull is like RBR and Red Bull Racing, and like it's so stupid. Like I wish they just sold the team to someone else. I don't know why Red Bull has 2 teams in the first place. Because
I mean. I'm kind of glad that not Alpha Tauri anymore because we had like 3 Alphas or whatever it was.
Like, Alfa Romeo, Alpha Tauri, yeah.
Yeah, but that was bad.
I don't know. I just wish they'd kept Toro Rosso like that.
I know. Like, why can't there be Visa Cash App Toro Rosso? Like, you get your sponsor name.
No money in Toro Rosso.
You get your sponsor name in there. Like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's true. There was reports that internally they call themselves VCARB. Visa, Cash App, RB. They call themselves VCarb, which sounds like a diet program indeed.
No. Okay, but like this
Audi will be the saving grace to F1.
Like I wouldn't even say that this is the worst new name.
So
the funny thing is, and I tweeted Bruff about this. Cash App is only used in the US.
Yeah, we don't have Cash App
anywhere else. There's no point. We don't need it in the UK because our banking system isn't largely unchanged since the 1970s. We don't need it in the UK because all our banks are interlinked. If you've got a phone and a bank, you can exchange cash.
Yeah.
Oh, well, is that what it's for? You guys can't send money to each other with different banks.
I'm actually not entirely sure about that, but I don't think so.
What?
Everyone uses Venmo.
Josh, they still use paper checks, for fuck's sake.
Right, of course.
I don't get a paper check, to be fair.
Oh my god, what the hell?
So do you think that
I have Bank of America, I could send to other Bank of America people. I don't know if
you can't send it to other different
I
bank
bank with
types.
PNC, and their function for sending money to other people, even in PNC, is you have to use Zelle, which is like a third-party app.
Yeah,
to send money.
BOA uses Zelle too.
We just have a sort code and an account number that you send the money to, and it goes to that account.
And you can wire money to somebody, but
Yeah, but that's like 3 to 5 business days.
What?
This is instant. I can send money to someone in Europe like for 5 minutes. Like, what the hell?
Listen, I'm just saying, again, we fought a revolutionary war for freedoms to use Zelle and Cash App. So I don't want to hear about your funky banks and send money instantly to your friends.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why the US is the way it is.
So do you think that the new Sauber team name is the worst?
Yes, I think this is terrible because it's so. Do you not have the full title? Because I can't.
I don't have the full title. Do you?
Okay. Wait, hold on.
To give people background who don't know, Sauber have been in the sport for a long time. I think 80s they set up, maybe 90s, maybe 70s. I don't know, but they've been in for a while. They were created by the owner was called Peter Sauber. So they've been called the Sauber team. At one point they were BMW. They got taken over by BMW, but then they went back to being Sauber. The Alfa Romeo team, as it was the last few seasons, were still the Sauber team, but they just took the naming rights. So even though it was Alfa Romeo, the team was actually Sauber behind it. And they're going to be turning into Audi in 2026. So Audi are partnering with Sauber, and it's going to be, I don't know whether it's going to be Audi Sauber or it's just going to be Audi, but it's still going to be the Sauber team.
I like Audi Sauber. That sounds good.
Yeah. But in the interim, because
Alfa Romeo have stopped their naming rights for this year, so there's got 2 years where Sauber, they're just
called Sauber again.
They're just going to be Sauber, but they're gonna have a different name. Do you want to tell them the proper name?
So do you guys
take a guess?
No. Do you guys hate it when ATM people say ATM machine?
Yeah,
like it's
yes.
Yes.
So the team name is Stake F1 Team Kick Sauber.
What? What was that?
Stake F1 Team Kick Sauber.
Team.
But I don't want Sauber to be kicked.
Kick is the chassis name as well, so it's going to be a Kick Sauber chassis rather than just a Sauber chassis. And then Stake F1 Team is the sponsor name of the full team name.
And that's the betting site Stake, right?
That's the betting site, and Kick is the streaming site that does for the online crypto gambling and all that.
Dude, where are they getting all this money from?
I've realized, by the way, I understand why now the Alfa Romeo, or now the Stake Kick F1 team, whatever, is like they also it's not just Stake, like they're using their sub company of Kick.
Because they can't use Stake in a number of countries.
That's why the car, half the time the car will have Stake branding, and the other half of the time it will have Kick branding, because you're allowed to.
Kick has to be a money laundering.
You're allowed to advertise like a streaming
Trainwrecks
site.
has done untold psychic damage to me and the people I care about.
To be fair, in the early 2000s and stuff of Formula One, they were doing this with tobacco companies, and in some countries they would have to.
But tobacco companies are cool. Okay,
Marlboros are sick, dude.
The
yeah,
liveries
Marlboro's
were
a sick brand, bro.
Yeah,
Kick and steak, that's lame.
The liveries
It's
were so
lame.
good.
It's nerdy. It's loser.
Dude, all the things Ferrari did to try to get around it, like the barcode car.
Yeah.
The barcode, if you scanned it, was like Marlboro, or however you say that. And like what else did they? Well, and Mission Winnow.
Yeah.
Do they still have that?
I think they do.
Yeah, it's like some.
Yeah, the old
Mission...
BAR split livery that wasn't allowed.
I loved that livery.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorite F1 liveries. But you had like Buzz and Hornets as well.
Yeah, instead of Benson and
I want to
Hedges,
go back to
yeah.
where kids like smoked and drank instead of like vaped and bet on
Crypto
sports betting.
I want to
Like-
see
Like back
a
when kids were
Newport-
cool.
A Newport F1 livery, that'd be sick. Or a Camel cigarette livery.
How does this rule? Can you bet on stuff if Stake? Oh, I guess they're only sponsoring. They don't own the team. But I was going to say, can you bet through Stake on F1 when they have a vested interest in the race?
I don't know.
They just sponsor it. They don't.
But
own
I
the team,
thought
guess.
Stake is like it's all crypto gambling. It's not like sports
it's
gambling or anything. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like crypto slots and roulettes and things, which is why it's not allowed because it's unregulated and there's no
That's what Stake
age
is. It's
restrictions or
It's
anything.
crypto.
It's crypto gambling, yeah.
gambling. You can't gamble with money. It has to be with crypto.
Yeah, we gotta blow up the internet, bro.
It's like a double. It's like a double gamble. It's like you're gambling on the crypto being worth anything, but then you can gamble away the crypto.
But at least with Sauber, we will still be calling them Sauber because that is the name of the team. Like that's part of their team name. Sauber is in there, so everyone will just call it Sauber.
But why does it have F1 team in the middle of it?
Stupid.
Like, yes, I know it's an F1 team. I'm reading the name of an F1 team. You don't need to write F1 team in the name.
Disney Frozen F1 team Marvel.
Yeah. So, but RB, I don't know. I hope they finish last in the standings. Honestly,
I mean, they might. Oh dear.
And then you've got the historic ones like Ferrari and McLaren and stuff that have only ever been Ferrari and McLaren. They haven't had any other team owners. Williams are the same, and like that's proper.
Yeah.
I, for one, am glad that you snooty F1 fans are brought down to earth with some stupidity like the rest of us.
Yeah, F1 is definitely becoming more Americanized. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Jump on the NASCAR train.
And for no reason, because Americans still are not watching F1. No one.
We gave you 3 races. Come to one of them, please.
The next thing is going to be mid-race safety cars so they can do a bunch of ads.
Oh, no. God, no.
We got an ad break in the race, safety car, just to play a bunch of ads, and then we'll resume.
The safety car is brought to you by Kick.
Yeah, just in case you're using an ad blocker, it'll have a trailing billboard on the back of it, a trailer.
Yeah.
Just still car racing.
Oh man,
Vagisil.
It's a thing, isn't it? Like actually.
Vagisil NASCAR race. Well, no, that was from.
That was a South Park story.
Oh,
yeah, that was
South Park.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my god, I'm mixing South Park and reality.
It's easy to do these days.
And the final thing in Racing Corner is the Laguna Seca, the classic track. That just popped into existence, didn't you know?
Because... No, it did not. God molded Laguna Seca and the corkscrew in his image and the creation of the earth. Okay, it's been there forever and it will be there forever.
The neighbors of Laguna Seca are complaining to get it shut down because of the noise of the racetrack that just popped up in their backyards. That they didn't know a racetrack was going to be there.
In California with a loud car should just drive past their houses at like 3 a.m. every night until they drop this lawsuit. That's what I would do.
Did you see the article that the Motorsport Press wrote about it? It was basically exactly what Bruffy's just done, just the whole article, it was a whole written article. Every single piece of it was just raging sarcasm. It was beautifully
I saw
written.
one like that. I saw
amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I mean, it's the same thing as like buying a house on a golf course and complaining about broken windows at that point.
There's this one from Haggerty saying that the title of it is Laguna Seca lawsuit. Homeowners perplexed as iconic racetrack materializes overnight.
Yeah. The bit about property prices in the article is particularly chef's kiss. It's like,
imagine the shock if, after
is-
moving into your home, you discover that a popular and world-renowned racetrack had materialized overnight in your general vicinity. The horror. You'd rightfully be confused, even possibly enraged at such a happening. Believe it or not, this is exactly the phenomenon that unfolded recently. Just based on our deepest reporting capabilities, we can find no evidence that WeatherTech Raceway at Laguna Seca ever existed before 2023.
For context, how long has Laguna Seca
57.
existed?
As long as
1957.
as long as
Yes,
America
so-
has been a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, when God molded the earth, he created Laguna Seca in his image.
I
and it
found
has
a bit
been there
about
forever.
the amounts.
yeah, there
The
you go.
appearance of said track, which is suddenly very popular and definitely hasn't been a staple of the area for almost 7 decades, has taken a massive toll on residents. I can't believe it, said an unnamed real estate agent who recently listed a property just a stone's throw from the track. This house sold for $2.5 million 7 years ago, long before the track was there. Today, it's listed for just $4.25 million. We'll be lucky to sell it for $4.2. It's gone up by it's almost doubled in price. Oh my god!
That article was just
Yeah,
just.
I'll leave a link to that article.
It's the
show
most
notes.
sarcasm I've ever seen in an article. The whole article, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The dedication to the bit was just amazing.
I have no sympathy for anyone who uses housing as a speculative investment. I have no sympathy. I have no sympathy whatsoever.
I would want a house close to Laguna Seca because it was close to Laguna Seca. Like if I could afford that kind of house, that would be a bonus, not a disappointment. Like I wouldn't buy a house near a golf club because I don't like golf. I don't want my windows hit by golf balls, so I'm not going to buy one there. Why buy a house near a racetrack if you don't like noise of race cars?
Do you see these people that are
Because
buying
it's
these
only
houses?
just appeared. It's literally only just appeared.
The people who are buying these houses don't actually ever go to the houses.
Yeah,
They're just buying them
There's-
as numbers. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
true.
speculative investments.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I imagine the house price would go up if Laguna Seca, like, even more up. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. If they can get it shut down, then they can have
Yeah.
even more money from selling the houses. That's what it is.
Mhm.
Tracks all over the country have to deal with this, all victims of a booming real estate market. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's stupid. All right, last bit of thing is Speedrun Corner. The only thing I've got here is the fact that you are currently at a speedrunning
Oh
event.
boy!
so-
All right, this is when I do the bit that I've been planning. Right,
Oh, there's a bit?
there's a bit.
There's a bit.
I pick up the laptop and I leave the hotel room.
What?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we're going on an adventure.
So we're going on an adventure to
Does this-
the
does-
speedrun marathon.
Does the hallway now count as like a different location that you've streamed the podcast from now? Like, are we just
gonna cut
adding
out
to the
Every
count?
step he takes is another location.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep
We're at another
stalling them.
location in space time.
Are you like connected to the venue? Like, so you just have to walk a little bit, and then you're going to show us, the majesty of the venue of the speedrunning
Well,
convention that you're at, or whatever.
We now go live to Josh.
The internet is the Yep, there he goes.
There he is.
Bye, Josh.
Bye, Josh.
Where
Where was that sound from?
soundboard?
Is that you, Hamlet?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
me.
that was a good one.
Finally
Yeah.
getting his paycheck.
Yeah, he
Producer in the booth.
his hotel Wi-Fi definitely disconnected right there. It was almost as soon as he exited the
That was
hotel
never-
door.
That was never gonna work.
No, I don't know how he thought that was gonna work well. Oh,
Oh,
Oh, is he coming?
Yeah,
back?
I hear you all laughing at me the entire time.
Bravo, Josh.
Wait, hang on. I'll fix it.
Now we're all just waiting for you. The pressure's on you now. This better be a good payoff.
Wait, why is this not working?
We now go live to 3 people playing one speed run in a large room.
Jesus, it is Robo Josh.
Sounds like a Daft Punk song, dude. It's like, one more time.
It's been quite the podcast, this one. Animals, ice cream trucks going in and out of disconnections and leaving and coming back and robo calls. It's been all sorts in this one. Does this speedrun event have an internet connection? Yeah, you would think that the speedrunning event would have some sort of. It must be getting streamed, right?
It's not the.
I can't just get that.
It's not the fact that they don't have a connection. It's the switching between the two.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's going again.
hates.
Going from hotel Wi-Fi to any other connection. They're streaming. We'll go to the stream and we might have a chance of seeing Josh on the stream walking past with his laptop. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a bit, yeah. It's like Hammer said. Like, it's the walking. I'm in the hotel. And I never left the hotel. It's just the switching between connections is the problem.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. Paulus, don't mind me. I'm on a podcast showing your speedrun marathon. Okay, I'm advertising for you.
I see.
Yeah,
we see.
yeah, here you go.
Are they the casters on the right? Sort of, you know.
Yeah, sorry, hang on.
Streaming
I'm tied up. Yeah, so it's kind of impossible for me to hear you, but this is yeah. There's the actual like stream itself. Don't pay any attention to all the cables.
What are they running? They're
running Celeste.
Oh, cool.
Celeste any percent currently.
One.
Yeah, this is the thing you don't see in speedrun marathons is you see the stream and everything, but you don't see all of the people just having a good time at the back that I'm now going to annoy by shoving a camera in their face. Right, okay, that's enough IRL.
They were having a good time.
Okay, bye. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's enough IRL streaming. But yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's like the speedrun marathons. It's like people come. Like I'm not doing a run. I'm not doing any commentary. I'm not doing anything on the stream. I'm just coming to just chill out with people.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, that's cool. Just as an event.
Yeah.
So this is UKSG marathon.
Yep.
So if anyone wants to search that up and look.
Oh, is this the clip from the other from the UKSG channel?
Oh, we're having some streamception.
Wait, is Josh going to be in the background of this clip?
Oh, am I on? Oh, God, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, there he comes. He's walking in with the laptop.
Oh, dear.
Oh, you can't see because Nos, I'm going to have to hide you.
That's okay.
Hang on. There we go.
Josh is too tall. He's like 7'3". He clips. He's clipping out of bounds.
Oh yeah, there he is, walking around with his laptop. There it is. There's us on the screen.
Guy in the red hoodie, understandably annoyed.
Yeah. Oh man, it's streamception.
Goodness.
Good clip, in Mike. Good that you caught that. That was good.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's just fun. We're all just chilling out, seeing Scotland a little bit. It's only for a weekend. It's like a really small one, and yeah, there's only like 30 people or something. But they do these every free time.
No.
All right.
So great, yeah.
It's like an 8-hour drive for me up. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. You're going in and out of speeding up and slowing down and dropping out. It was a good idea.
Yeah,
it was a good idea. He is at a speedrun event. He is allowed to speed up. He's supposed to speed up.
I wonder how the mechanics of this work in terms of cost and stuff. Like, do they make money on these events, or do they break even at least? Like, how do people pay to be there? Or I'm curious. I wanted to ask him,
I mean,
but
to be
he
fair, I
can't
bet
hear
it's
us.
like more expensive and less expensive than you think. I mean,
They just have
it can't be that bad to rent out a hotel conference room, you know,
it's
and
Yeah,
set up a
maybe.
projector and some internet stuff. Yeah, it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm back in the hotel room. Yeah.
What are the finances like
problem-
of these
the
small
problem with
scale events? Like the fact that there's such a small number of people. Do they make money? Do they lose money? Like how do people? How does it run? Excellent.
I'm sort of lagging out really bad. I can only sort of.
Oh, I couldn't
hear
tell.
you.
No, yeah, you were crystal clear on the side.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just I'll end the webcam a minute. That'll probably help.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you pay to enter.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like how much was the ticket fee? £20 or something. Yeah.
Just go hang
So
out.
so we all get together, and I think some of the sub revenue from the stream gets towards costs and stuff as well.
All right.
Nice.
Let me disconnect and rejoin.
Okay.
I gotta get going.
Yeah, we should be wrapping it up now anyway. But
Wait, okay, hold on. Is it better now that I reconnected?
it's about the same. I mean, it was fine already.
Well,
Yeah,
okay, but it was
your voice is fine.
it was super delayed. Is the
Oh,
thing.
okay, all right.
Yeah, so we can actually talk properly now.
But
yeah,
do the winners are they competing for things and people win things, or is it just like people pay to be there and to run an event?
People just pay to be at the event. It's not competition. It's a regular charity speedrun marathon.
Okay.
So they're just raising money for
All
charity.
right, okay. The charity now makes sense.
Yeah. But it's like they take like some of the sub revenue and stuff, but the costs are renting the hotel like conference room, and equipment stuff. There's like a lot of like capture equipment and things like that, and gaming. You need like a gaming PC and a stream PC, and like there's like hosts and stuff, and it's like storage of all that stuff between the events as well is expensive. But yeah, it's like small little things like this are easy enough to do. Yeah, they sell merch like hoodies and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
It was good to see some of the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I didn't get to show it properly because it didn't work very well. But yeah, it's like we're all in one room together, and we're just chilling playing board games in the background. So.
Yeah.
Nas has been infatuated with this pad of sticky notes.
It's fidgeting with it.
All right, so I guess we'll end it there then. If no one's got anything else to say.
I don't think so.
All good on this end.
I'm gonna get off a little early. Maybe I'll go get breakfast or something.
Are you working
gotta go
today
get lunch.
at Domino's?
Oh yeah, I work noon to close, so
lovely.
12 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ! Yeah,
I will. And it's raining, so it's not really nasty outside. It's gonna be a terrible day.
Damn.
Sheesh.
Well, I'm gonna go eat food and probably go to sleep. So have a good day, Nos.
That sounds nice.
I'm gonna go
nice.
play board games with people. Way, my life's amazing. Way.
All right. Thank you all for watching or listening wherever you've watched or listened. And we'll be back next month to talk about some more stuff. Thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah,
You wanna
More
say
things
goodbye, guys?
will happen.
Goodbye, guys.
See you then. Bye.
See you all later. Bye.